too difficult with just a PDF for people to understand. And it might...
Okay. So do you want me now to record it?
Yeah,
And
while we are here, we can do it. And the ones who have time to stay can stay.
okay.
And the ones who would like to leave, it's of
Okay.
course no problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Irache, do you have any?
Yeah, just another topic. I don't know if you have indicated something about the ethics topics within the DAF methodology. But I don't know if it would be interesting that once that all of us, we have the concept development ready, we could maybe do like a common collective remote call to try to raise ethical issues related with our projects altogether. Because I think that during prototyping stage, it would be great that all together in common, project by project, we could try to identify ethical issues related to every project that we have here. Because I have not seen anything related to ethics in the DAF methods. And if we have to use AI, I mean, I have been 4 years working on AI and we have a lot of ethical issues related to our decision-making system. I think it would be interesting. I don't know if you have
Yeah.
planned that, but for me, it would be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know for the others.
Yeah, it's true that for the to present the final at the end the project, you need to answer how you address it the ethical issues of AI. That is, if you have or have not. Now, maybe you don't have any problem of transparency, or you don't have any problem of data protection and data privacy. But we need to assure, and this is something that we already were addressed by the officer in the first call. Because we were working just with the artists, it was not so important. But in the second call, for sure, it will be important. So, based on the different aspects of ethics I was mentioning today, we will do a questionnaire and for all of you, because I think that it will be difficult to do something common because all projects are very different. So first of all, I think that we should do a questionnaire to detect for each of the project if which of the aspects are relevant for you, and then we should also explain in the proposal how you address these aspects.
And also just to add that in the next phase in December, we'll have the concept feasibility phase. And this is where we will check the ethics and other aspects with Manchester and Abacus. So they will present you the tools which you can use to assess different aspects, social, environmental, and ethics.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I didn't go to the environmental because I just decided to save some time. But yeah, it's a very, very big question. Okay, so any other question, any other comment? If not, I will proceed with the explanation of the data management plan. I will try to be like 10 minutes, up to 15 minutes. But I will send you the complete document so that you can check it, and then also we will send you the questionnaire in order to work on the data management plan. Okay, so and if people that are busy, so you will receive later the video. I'm sharing now my share. Okay, so regarding the data management plan, sorry. that is, I want to go very fast on motivation and what the vocabulary, then data summary we need to discuss in our report, and data management. Okay, so why do we need to do data management plan? Because a good data management plan will ensure the availability and accessibility of your results after your project is complete. It will increase the value of your work and eventually will allow possible reuse by other researchers. And by definition, we define a data and innovation management plan that is a formal document that outlines how data will be handled during and after a research project. So why is planning important for data management? Because this data management plan helps achieve optimal handling, organizing, documenting, and enhancing of research data. And this is particularly important for facilitating data sharing to ensure the sustainability and accessibility of data and allowing data to be reused for future research. And also it protects the work from data losses, thefts, and breaches with authentication and encryption tools. So the data management will provide information on the results of your project, spreading the word about the project's success and outcomes as far as possible. And dissemination occurs when results and initiatives of the project become available. Also, you need to discuss if you plan to do any patenting where we define the intellectual property right, thus the legal rights given to the inventor or creator to protect his invention or creation for a certain period. These legal rights confer an exclusive right to the inventor or his assignee to fully utilize his invention for a given period. Now, regarding the data summary, we really need to define what kind of data and how we will use this. Mosaic in general claims to empower citizens to improve their health life quality by challenging art and technology symbiosis, elaborating innovative business models, technologies, and guidelines of use. So that's why it involved the design and implementation of proposed solution in the selected proposals during the open calls of Mosaic. And in this project, we understand that we are working with different solutions and that need to increase user acceptance, encourage behavioral change, and achieve healthier lifestyle and improve sustainable food solutions in the market. So most of you, I understand you will use some kind of data, and that's why we need to define how this data will be collected and stored, where these data are coming from. Are they manually collected by demographic data? Do you use any partner representatives and any external individuals to collect the data? Then you need to decide to define what kind of technology you will use in order to process this data, how you organize the data set into category of data and which is the site where you collect them, and only data that are needed for the project should be collected and should be processed in the project. Regarding the description of the data, you need to define, especially in this report, what is the data format, if this is Excel, if this is database, if it is audio files, pictures, videos, and where these data are coming, if they are coming from manually collected data, from automatically collected data, if they are automatically collected data, so how did you collect them, using any AI application, using wearables, and whatever. And the non-anonymous data set should be stored locally by the data controller. So each of you, through your team, each team should define who is the data controller that will be in charge of taking care of the data collection and data processing, and also all the communications between Mosaic partners and the specific team. So here are some examples of metadata that can be used for a specific pilot. data distribution should be also explained, where the data are shared, how they are protected, and what is the distribution license. Are they open source? Will they be provided to other partners, or they will be for private use? And then for the data and knowledge management strategies. So here we need to explain, beside the data storage, how they are annotated, how they are curated, how they are identified if you have collected by person some data, and where they are stored. So the Mosaic Consortium strongly encourages pilot leaders and data controllers to store your data in Zenodo. This is an open source database repository where you have nice tools for data identification and safe storing. And then also you should explain that is what open access you will provide. If so, of course, Mosaic is encouraging to provide open access to the research data. And also take into account that the European Commission has the right to show them for at least 1 year after the end of the residency, and this data should be available at no cost to the European Commission by default. Then regarding the open access to peer-reviewed scientific publications, so if some of you plan to do any scientific publication, it should be open access. And all scientific publications generated by the Mosaic project will be made available online through open access in peer-reviewed scientific journals. All the data set, they should comply with the GDPR principles. So we should explain how we comply with the lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. What is the purpose limitation? What is the data minimization? What is the accuracy, storage limitation, integrity, and confidentiality, and accountability? Who is the owner of the data? So any data gathered during the lifetime of the selected proposals are under the ownership of the beneficiary or the beneficiaries that produce them. So if you gather the data, so you are owners of the data. The beneficiaries have the intellectual property rights of data they collect, and the reuse of data is defined by the limitation they may set in how they will make data available. This means partners decide if they make their data freely and openly available to the research community, or there is an embargo period whereby permission for accessing the data is given after a certain period. Then we need to define the fair data management that is covering the 4 aspects: findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. Findable, it means that all selected proposals partners should agree to provide access to data generated within the project. And accessible, it means that the Mosaic project will ensure that shareable data are accessible, but when data will contain sensitive information, the access must be controlled. Also, data should be interoperable. That is, Mosaic is expected to gather highly heterogeneous data due to the variety of the selected proposal solutions and technology expected to be developed within the project. And also, it is recommended to be reusable. That is, open data from the Mosaic experimentation is to be made publicly available as much as it is possible through the different networks and the star centers, and reusable to transfer and apply the DFA model. As I mentioned, we are recommending to store the data in Zenodo and to make data findable. The main tool is to assure that data used and produced in the project can be discoverable with metadata. And for each of the team, we need a data controller that will be responsible for uploading public dataset that they have generated, and to assign specific keywords relevant to this dataset to make them searchable. Okay. And for the data security, we need to explain how data security will be assured. By how to ensure personal data protection through a strict process of data collection, anonymization, harmonization, integration, and how the data integrity and reliability is guaranteed. And the data security will always be restricted to the personnel involved in the study using encrypted passwords. The user access will depend on the roles within the project, and metadata and data stored in specialized repositories should be duplicated and backed up and provide secure means of data transfer to avoid any data loss. So as conclusions, as responsible for the data management plan of Mosaic, UB will ensure that any data management issue which may arise during the project will be handled appropriately and in a transparent and fair manner. The data management plan is a living document that will expand as the project evolves and new information, data collection, generation, and handling arise. And day-to-day data management will happen through continuous collaboration between the coordinator, the proposal data controllers, and the ethical task leader and the data management plan leader. And here you have some of the contact people. Do we have any question?